We're going to look at this page. Bit of context. This is a product page for this content. It is a creatine powder supplement. Good, good. Lots of good research around creatine as being one of the very few effective supplements for actual strength and mass building. Currently, there's no description at all for this product. Planning on pitching the guy with this product page as free value. Okay. Copy comes mostly from researching competitors and a little indirect voice of character research. Target is people who work out and want to increase their muscle mass and overall performance in the gym. Enhance your workout performance with our creatine powder, 100% made in the USA. Love that. One thing I can tell you about people that live in countries, especially the US, they're very nationalistic. And like made in the USA was like a whole advertising campaign in the 80s. Increase your muscle strength and endurance, speed up muscle recovery time, boost cognitive functions, and gain neuroprotective effects. I go on the fence like for like nerdy advanced language like this. It really depends on the brand and the language that they use typically. It also depends on that. I wonder if language like this puts people off because it's confusing, but ultimately, like, it should be fine. Here's the thing. If people want to boost their cognitive function, they probably don't have enough cognitive function to, one, speak well on stream, but also, two, understand this bullet. Maybe consider rewording that. Free of flow agents. Perfect for regular use. I don't know what these are. Work on these two little teaser bullets because they're a little confusing. Keto. I would say keto friendly, sugar-free, gluten-free, paleo-friendly. You probably did your research and you probably know that this is good for keto diets, but I would add that additional like keto-friendly, paleo-friendly, sugar-free, gluten-free. So 100% pure creatine monohydrate powder. Creatine is an amino acid found mostly in your muscles and in your brain. It plays a vital role in your body's cellular energy production by recycling ATP, the body's main energy source that helps you perform at your best during high-intensity exercise, and is also the fuel source for your brain. This is a very long sentence. You're packing a lot into that one sentence. Break that up. I lose the pot along the way. Combine creatine with weight training and see an increase in muscle mass and physical performance. Is that a command? Are you commanding me to? Interesting. I'm not sure what the sentence is doing. Supplementing with creatine also increases energy availability for your brain, which will support your cognitive functions. And this is the beginning of a parallelism. So what follows is going to be a list. That means everything, every individual item on that list needs to grammatically work with the flow of the sentence, which will support your cognitive functions and quick recovery time. What? That doesn't make any sense. It makes sense for it will support your cognitive functions and boost muscle strength. Good. Enhance this, improve this, reduce this. What's common? Verb, 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 verb. Adjective? I've been doing this for 20 years, so I look at this and I can immediately see that. The best way for you to do that when you're looking at any sort of list is to pretend the rest of the list does not exist. Would the sentence make sense if it were just this plus this alone? If yes, then you're doing a good job on that parallelism. Our Santa Cruz Paleo Creatine Powder is free of additives and fillers like magnesium. Not going to try to pronounce that. Leaving you with a simple and pure creatine. I would put a comma there. Perfect for regular use. This is not bad. I would say this is at the point where it needs line edits more than anything else. But as far as like actual product page copy goes, this is good. It's very useful. It's very direct. I like it. We're going to look at this, which is a cold email. So this is a cold email I was planning to send to a cosmetics brand called Boss Up Cosmetics. Love it. You guys are sleeping on the cosmetics niche. So the owner is a girl named Aaliyah who has just graduated from high school last year. I've been trying to come up with ideas for pattern interrupts, but I can't seem to think much as this is my first time writing a cold email and there isn't much info about her on the website and on her LinkedIn profile as well. Can you guys please help me by giving ideas for pattern interrupts and how I can start and structure my email? I wrote the rest of the email though. You guys know how I feel about cold email. I hate them. So I'm going to be unfiltered for this. Hey, Aaliyah, while I was going through your product pages, I noticed these. Actual picture of La Jefa Boss Up Cosmetics. Let me tell you a little something about entrepreneurs and solopreneurs. You might show them a picture of their own page, or you might show them like, or tell them like, hey, this is a thing that you're doing. This is a thing that you have on your website. They might not have any idea. They might have paid somebody like to build it for them, and they just have zero clue what you're talking about. So you might need to give a little bit more context. Although the pictures of your lip gloss look absolutely bomb and the descriptions are concise and to the point, I do feel that there's a scope to make the descriptions better. This copy, it was a little confusing to me. All the pictures of your lip gloss look absolutely bomb. That's totally fine. I want you to be personable in your cold emails. The descriptions are concise and to the point. I do feel like there's scope to. So there's a scope is very technical language. Like for example, this activity is within scope, as in within the scope of this particular job or this particular activity. Don't use highfalutin language like that, especially in cold emails, to make the descriptions better. Here's a sample piece I wrote for you so that you understand exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. I would not include this. Include this as an attachment. I'm more of an upfront and like direct guy, which is I'll just be like attach stuff to an email and be like, hey, I wrote this thing for you. Like, if you like it, great, use it, no problem. If you hate it, no harm, no foul. I don't think this email is working right now. And the reason for that is because you're just coming out and being like, hey, look at this thing. I'm not entirely sure what I'm looking at. I'm looking at like a price. I'm looking at a price. And then you're talking about product descriptions. I see no product descriptions. You're not saying, hey, there are no product descriptions on your product pages. You're saying, I feel like I can make them better. Here's a sample piece I wrote for you so that you understand exactly what I'm talking about. You can just come out and say in your cold email, listen, I want to be the person who writes killer product descriptions for you and helps you make a lot more money. If you want an example of what I can do, I actually whipped something up for you and I've attached it to this email. It's free. You can use it if you want. If you want me to write more like this for you, I'd love to talk more. It's again about crafting an offer and building intrigue. I don't know if this product description is super good. Again, you would want to understand like the page and like you would want to articulate and structure it like the page. If you can wireframe something, that's typically sells better. Do you have to do that? No, but will it sell better and prove that you can like do stuff and design stuff and make that whole process more frictionless for the client? Yes. And so why wouldn't you do it? It's a little bit more work for like way more proof that you're capable of doing what you say you're capable of doing. I just don't think that that's working. So I guess that's the product description I wrote for you. Oh, dude, you've got to be confident. You have to have confidence in your abilities. And again, like I don't think you should include it in the email, but don't say things like, I guess that's a product description before. You are good enough to get hired. Everybody watching, you are good enough to get hired by somebody. I don't know who, but you are good enough to get hired by somebody. So work your way through the world with that knowledge because it's true. If you like it, then I'd be happy to rewrite all your other product descriptions as well. So that's what the offer is. In case you're wondering, I'm actually a copywriter. So a lot of business owners, especially small business owners, have no idea what a copywriter is. Articulate this in a different way. A little bit about me. I write for businesses like yours. My specialty is in helping small business owners get more sales. Feel free to reply back to this email so that we can discuss about improving the other ones as well. Get rid of feel free to. I want you to get rid of your soft language without coming across like an asshole. I guess that's the product description I gave you. Feel free to reply back. You can just tell people to reply back. Oh, and also, it is kind of cute that you're doing the conversational things, but it's indulgent. You don't have to pay me anything if you're not happy with what I wrote. I would just articulate it the way I articulated before. If it drives additional sales for you, then I'd love to write more for you. If that piques your interest, feel free to reply back to this email. Again, feel free to. Feel free to. I mentioned before about like looking for things that you tend to overuse in copy, especially in close proximity. You need to be mindful of the ones that you use over and over and over again so that you can search for them in your copy and then delete them or change them up. There's a lot of potential here, but I want you to rethink your approach in a few different key areas.